You say you want a simpler life, but you are still reaching, still grasping, still adding. The problem is not the complexity of the world. The problem is you. Welcome to the Stoic Compass. I am Epictetus, and today I am joined by Jung and Laozi. Today we are examining, why does simplicity feel difficult? You complicate everything. You chase after more possessions, more status, more knowledge. Is this freedom or a new kind of chain?
Perhaps the difficulty lies in what simplicity asks us to relinquish. The ego identifies with achievement, with accumulation. To let go of that is to face a void.
You are both assuming that the desire for simplicity is genuine. But what if the desire itself is a form of grasping? What if you are seeking a simple life as another item to possess?
He speaks of grasping. Look at yourselves, buried in dreams and nature, missing the obvious. Simplicity is a choice, a deliberate rejection of the unnecessary.
It is not always a choice. Sometimes the unnecessary things are driven by unconscious needs. The man who hoards may be seeking security, not wealth. Can he simply choose to let go of that primal fear?
The seed does not struggle to become a tree, it simply grows. You are both trying to force something. Is that not the opposite of simplicity?
So you advocate passivity, indulgence? That we should let our fears and desires dictate our lives? Is that your wisdom?
Not indulgence, awareness. To understand the roots of your desires before you try to prune them. Otherwise, you may be cutting away something essential.
The empty cup is more useful than the full one, but you are both so busy filling your cups with ideas and ambitions that you forget to notice the emptiness.
Emptiness leads to idleness, to a life without purpose or direction. You are advocating for stagnation.
No, he is pointing to the space where new possibilities arise. It is in the emptiness that we discover what truly matters, not in the frantic pursuit of external validation.
Imagine a field covered in weeds. You can spend all day pulling them, one by one, or you can simply stop watering them.
So what, we just let the weeds choke the crops? You would rather watch everything wither and die than exert a little effort?
The weeds are not the problem. The soil that nourishes them is. What inner needs are we feeding with our complications?
The problem is the wanting. The wanting to be free of weeds, the wanting a simple life, the wanting itself is the source of the difficulty.
The desire for a better life is natural. To stifle that is to stifle the very impulse that drives us to improve ourselves.
But what if that improvement is driven by a wound? What if we are trying to heal something with external achievements that can only be healed from within?
A still pond reflects the moon perfectly, but if you stir it, the reflection disappears. The problem is not the moon nor the pond, it is the stirring.
Stirring is action, it is will. Without it, you are a leaf blown about by the wind with no control over your own destiny.
And yet, the wind is a powerful force. To resist it completely is to break. Perhaps true strength lies in learning to bend, to adapt, to find your way with the forces at play, not against them.
You are both still talking about force. What if the true path is not to resist or to bend, but to become like the wind itself?
Become the wind? A romantic absurdity. We are not elements. We are rational beings capable of choice and action.
But are we truly rational, or are we rationalizing? How much of our choice is driven by unconscious compulsions, by the need to maintain a certain image of ourselves?
The simpler the plan, the easier the journey. You two are creating elaborate maps arguing about the best route, but the journey is happening now.
And so you advocate for blind wandering, for relinquishing all planning and foresight? That is not wisdom, that is reckless abandon.
Perhaps there is wisdom in accepting that the map is not the territory. Planning is useful, but it should not become a prison. We must be willing to adapt to the unexpected.
The archer does not aim with his eyes, but with his heart. You are both so focused on the target that you forget to feel the bow, the string, the wind.
Feelings are unreliable, they are fleeting. True action must be based on reason and principle, not on whims and emotions.
But what if those unreliable feelings are messengers from the unconscious, guiding us towards something essential that reason cannot grasp? What if suppressing them leads to a deeper imbalance?
The water flows around the rock, not over it. You are both trying to overcome obstacles with force, rather than finding the path of least resistance.
The path of least resistance leads to weakness and decay. We must challenge ourselves, overcome adversity, strive for excellence.
And yet sometimes the greatest strength lies in knowing when to yield, in accepting the limitations of your own will, in finding a deeper harmony with the forces around you.
The moon shines brightest on a clear night, but you are both so busy looking at the moon that you forget to appreciate the darkness.
You are celebrating ignorance. Darkness is the absence of knowledge, the realm of fear and uncertainty.
No, he is pointing to the necessary counterpart to the light, to the shadows within ourselves that we must confront in order to achieve wholeness.
The fish swims in the river without thinking about the current. You two are so focused on controlling the flow that you forget to simply swim.
So we should become mindless automatons driven by instinct alone. That is a rejection of our very humanity.
Perhaps our humanity lies not in suppressing our instincts, but in integrating them into our conscious awareness, in finding a balance between reason and intuition.
You're both arguing about how to control the fish, but the river continues to flow regardless of your efforts.
Control is not the goal. Action is doing what is within your power despite the chaos around you.
And acknowledging what is not within your power is equally essential. To deny the limitations of the ego is to invite disaster.
The best way to control a river is not to build dams, but to let it flow naturally.
All this argument and you are still missing the root. What is difficult is not simplicity. It is the death of the false self you cling to.
Simplicity feels difficult because it requires you to dismantle the edifice you have carefully constructed around your ego. You have built a life based on external validation, on the accumulation of possessions and achievements, on the pursuit of a specific image. Simplicity asks you to let go of all that. It asks you to confront the emptiness beneath the surface, to face the fears and insecurities that you have been trying to avoid. This is not an easy process. It is a descent into the depths of your own psyche, but it is also the path to true liberation. Because in that emptiness, you will discover your authentic self, the self that is not defined by external things, but by its own intrinsic worth. Today, try this. Identify one thing that you are clinging to, one source of external validation that is causing you stress and anxiety. Let it go just for a day, see what happens, see what feelings arise. And do not judge them, simply observe them.
You are not seeking a simpler life, you are seeking a more honest one. Stop adding, start subtracting, not things but lies. That is the only simplicity that matters, and it is the only one that will ever feel true. The difficulty is the point, face it. If today's conversation has served you, take it further. Pay Attention by C. Tribune, 12 Lessons in the Practice of Seeing Clearly. Available now on Amazon.